So in this next module, we're going to cover YouTube, and this is one of my favorite tools within Google Ads. Okay, it's what we're going to cover in this next section is we're going to talk about kind of what type of ads they have, what type of campaigns they are, but I just want to give you some context real quick before I kind of dive into those, right? So have you ever watched YouTube and you ever jumped on the Home Depot site? I don't know if you've ever like broke a toilet or broken a sink or anything along those lines, but you know, they teach you everything. And that's one of the effective ways of really kind of structuring your content is using them as an example because they sell products, everything under the sun, right? Everybody's been to Home Depot. You've probably bought, you know, sod there or bought some tools or just, hell, you probably broke a toilet or something along those lines and did it, right? But that's where they really do YouTube better than anybody, okay? Because instead of actually going out and trying to sell, you know, the Mr. Clean wipes or going to sell the new, you know, Stanley hammer or toolbox or anything along those lines, they literally give you much more example-driven content, right? So they're going to show you how to replace your shower head, show you how to replace, you know, the seal around your toilet, or even replace your toilet for that matter, right? And they do a really, really great job of showing very, very step-by-step models and really, you know, trusted experts to really give you actually professional work, right? Or at least professional examples. And what's going to happen after that, right? You're going to be empowered. You're going to be like, oh yeah, they made it look so easy. I can do this. Now I got to go buy the materials. Where are you going to go buy the materials? You're not going to go freaking to Lowe's. That's for damn sure, because they created some loyalty. They created some kind of, they solved your problem, first of all, with their content, right? You ask an issue, you had an issue, you ask a question, they solved it. And so you kind of feel a little bit of loyalty to them, and the next thing you're going to go do is jump to Home Depot, because not only that, a lot of their experts probably know what to tell you that video didn't tell you, right? Just we know from shopping there. But that's kind of the volume of content they have. And you know, you may ask, well, Home Depot is a huge retailer, right? They're a billion-dollar company, and they have the ability to produce a lot of content, and they do, right? But what also is going to happen whenever that consumer tries to actually fix that toilet? I know what happened with me. I would probably break the freaking thing, right? And who am I going to call next, right? I'm going to probably call the plumber who was smart enough to put their ads on the Home Depot channel. And that's what I'm going to effectively teach you in this next module, is going to how to target in a very, very calculative methodology within YouTube so that you can be effective. You're showing up on content that supports your content, it complements your overall goal, and you can still contact that, you know, very, very specific audience. Just like I've covered within the previous display methods, YouTube is in a vast network. It's the second most visited site on the internet, right, behind Google. And not only that, it has the same wonderful targeting that we've covered in a lot of the setup, where you can target according to demographics, age groups, even intentions, right, in-market audiences, if they had a life event. All of those are still available, so it doesn't just have to be about plumbing, right? It can be about any sort of event where your product solves a particular issue. We can definitely utilize the targeting, and whether it's stacking, whether actually just a very, very singular-minded targeting where we know we only want to target, you know, men who are over 65 who need to, you know, have a wheelchair ramp. I don't know, there's a bunch of different things, right? But we're going to kind of dive into that in some of the screen recordings that you're going to go into next. But where one of the great values of YouTube really comes in is its value in video, right? You get a much more visual representation of what you're trying to do. So if your product isn't as simple as, you know, a nut or a bolt, you can actually do a more demonstrational kind of context where it shows your product in use. And one of the great tips of sales, right, is you have to put the buyer in a purchase mode. They have to be able to visualize them using your product or buying your product and putting it into use, really for them to understand the true value of it. And that's what video advertising really can do for you. And not only that, they have TrueView. So I don't know if you've dived in, you're probably going through some of the courses, you might have encountered what TrueView ad is, right? A TrueView ad is basically where they have to be engaged with your content, right? If they watch 5 seconds of it and click the skip button, you don't get charged for it. So that creates a wonderful opportunity as well for you to structure the content within the video, right? Think about it, right? You have a 30-second video. Well, they only watch 10 seconds of it. So what's the logical, I guess, effect of what I should put at the first part of that video, right? I'm going to put my name. I'm going to put my brand, I'm going to put contact information, whether it be a website, phone, whatever, and I'm even going to put a call to action in that first thing, like, hey, we're the best plumber in the United States, there's your value prop, and we can fix anything in minutes. Let me show you an example of how we did it. Right? Who cares if they ever get to the example? You got your name, your product, and all your, basically your value props and contact information done in the first 10 or 15 seconds. Well, if they skip, you still made an impact. You still got two things out of that thing, right? You got the cookie attached, so now you can retarget that customer in a very effective way, and you got all your contact information in them. So maybe they're not ready to speak now, or maybe you're not ready to call you now to effectively solve their problem, but you did form top of mind awareness, right? And not only that, like I said, we got the cookie attached so we can continue to build that relationship and build that value. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the screen recordings as well with you here in a few seconds, and just make sure that you're kind of looking at the examples, right? I'm gonna walk you through how Home Depot does it so well. I'm even gonna walk you through how I have effectively targeted these videos, and make sure that you understand how weaving YouTube and these TrueView and even video advertising into your overall scope is so important and so vital for you scaling and doing it in a very effective way so you can increase your conversions and lower your cost. And again, the one thing that we're obviously going to be able to do as well by having a much more visually appealing aspect is we're going to be able to truly form a connection, right? They're going to be able to connect with your content, you as a user, and your product as well. So it's just a win-win all the way around. So let's dive into the screen recordings right now, and I'll show you how you can truly benefit from YouTube.